In this video on Cloudspire, we'll be looking at the first few phases of play. Note that this video includes components from various Cloudspire expansions and not just the base game. Cloudspire is played over 4 waves, which are each made up of the following phases: Event Phase, Income Phase, Market Phase, Build Phase, Prep Phase, and Onslaught Phase. We'll begin with the Event Phase, the first phase of every wave. During this phase, players reveal an event from the event deck, which will help to shape the upcoming wave. Events may alter rules, create side quests, or impede players in some way. This phase is always skipped during the first wave of the game. The first player will draw and read the top card on the event deck. For example, Source Bounty places a single health chip on any unrevealed landmark, which can give health bonuses to units during the round. Events supersede any other game rules or effects, like Food Shortage, which caps the amount of health a unit has to a single chip during the round it occurs in. The event card drawn will indicate in which phase or phases the effect will trigger in. If the card indicates the effect to trigger during the event phase, then it triggers immediately. Storm the Vaults is an example of this, triggering during the event phase and allowing each player to draw a relic. The event card can be placed face up somewhere near the play area and can be referenced by players throughout the wave as needed. After the event phase, players move to the income phase. This phase allows players to increase their source supply as they prepare to construct and make purchases. As each wave occurs, the amount of source each player earns increases. In Wave 1, players gain 5 source, Wave 2, 7 source, Wave 3, 9 source, and Wave 4, 11 source. Players increase their source trackers by the amount given. Under normal circumstances, the source tracker maxes out at 20 source. Some events and other effects within the game can increase this capacity, like Source Surge, which temporarily increases each faction's source capacity to 30. Any source that is gained above a faction's maximum capacity is lost, such as when a faction defeats a unit and is already at max source. The third phase of every wave is the Market Phase. The Market Phase gives players the opportunity to hire mercenaries, purchase unique spires and equipment, and even reshape the map by acquiring Earthscapes. At the start of the Market Phase, the market is refreshed, which means all current market offerings are discarded and refilled. There should always be one face-up Earthscape, and market chip option should equal the player count plus 1. The market is not refreshed in Wave 1, as the market was only just constructed during setup. Each player may take one turn during the market phase. Beginning with the first player and continuing in turn order, each player will either pass their turn or do one of the following. 1. Purchase a market chip from the offerings for its shown source cost. For example, this mini harvester costs 2 source to purchase from the market and allows a hero to roll a d6 when certain conditions have been met, and from that gain source equal to the value rolled. 2. Purchase the face-up Earthscape from the offerings for a cost of 2 source. This can only be purchased if no other player has purchased an Earthscape this wave, as only a single Earthscape is available for purchase each wave. There are 4 types of market chips that can be purchased. First, equipment chips have a blue border. These can be placed directly under a hero's chip while the hero is in the deployment stack. Note that this is the only time equipment may be attached to a hero. Equipment gives the hero the talents shown on the equipment. Any player may have a look at the equipment's talent at any time, and each hero may only have one piece of equipment. Once attached, equipment cannot be removed until the hero is defeated, at which time the chip is placed in the market discard. Next up, Merc Spires, which have a silver border. These can be constructed as one of the player's spires. For example, Mechanical Altitude is a Merc Spire which can be purchased. This spire starts out powerful, but after each attack, the spire loses upgrades. Since the player pays the source cost during the market phase to purchase them, there is no cost to construct them. The final 2 are Merc Minions and Heroes. These have the corresponding border colors as normal minions and heroes, being bronze and gold respectively. These units can be selected for deployment under a player's control. As the source is paid during their purchase, they do not cost any command points when selected for deployment. When a Merc unit is deployed, the faction that controls it will place an unused chip of their color under the stack as a reminder of who controls the unit. Note that Merc units are considered faction units for game effects. Any purchase from the market is placed besides the player's faction barracks, and any chips here are considered to be in the player's barracks for the purpose of all game effects. Additionally, once a purchase is made, the next chip, or Earthscape, is flipped face up to refill the market. In the next video, we'll be going over the build phase and the prep phase.